What's Next with Danny Coleman. Tonight, Danny's guests include singer-songwriter, musical theater performer Bryan Hill, a woman who can really capture the moment, owner of Cuckoo Photography, Estelle Massery, and singer-songwriter guitarist performing a song from her new album, Wild Little Girl, Deborah Davy. Hang around, have some fun, have some laughs, maybe hear a few jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your host, Danny Coleman.
Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to What's Next with Danny Coleman. I'm Danny Coleman, and this is Marianne Castello.
Hello.
We're back for another week right here on City of Angels Television on the What's Next YouTube channel. We're sponsored this evening by Neo Zoe of Cranford, New Jersey, as well as Monmouth Music of Red Bank, New Jersey, and the Recovery Spot, New York. RecoverySpotNY.com. And who else?
I don't know. Who else?
Nobody. That's it. There it is. And the City of Angels, of course.
Of course, there you go.
Of course, the City of Angels. If you would like to sponsor this program, please hit me up with if you want to sponsor the program, if you have a programming suggestion, if you know anybody who would like to be a guest of this program.
Or talk about his fabulous co-host.
Email me at...
And that would be, what is it?
You forget. What's next? COA at gmail.com. That's what's WHATS next COA at gmail.com, and we'll take all your suggestions.
Always be the ventriloquist.
Should I put a hand up your back? Oh my, a little punchy tonight. Tonight's going to be a good show.
I know, because you're sitting next to a wild little girl.
I see that. That's our guest.
That's not a Girls Gone Wild. That's a wild little girl.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I'm asking.
It's not Girls Gone Wild?
No, it says wild little girl.
That's what Darn, they faked me again. No, that's our guest, Deborah Davy. She's going to be our musical guest. One of our two musical guests tonight, actually.
We have two.
We have two. The other one is a young man who's in his freshman year of college, in a local college here to the studios. And he is a musical theater major. And there's a lot that goes into that I wasn't aware of, actually, until we sit down and talk with Bryan. Bryan Hill is our guest, and the cuckoo photographer herself, Estelle Massery, is here with us this evening. We'll be talking about her foray into concert photography, as well as her headshots, and she's doing a lot of movie set photography these days. Yeah. And her affliction for a blanket called Linus.
I'd love to hear about that.
Linus really isn't a blanket. Stay tuned. You never know.
You never
right?
know.
Again, if you want to send us comments, suggestions, thoughts, or you want to be a guest of this program, please, what's next, COA at gmail.com. Let me know. And anything you want to add?
No, I just can't wait to see what's next.
What's next? We'll be right back.
Are you constantly living with dysfunction in your life? If so, there's help. Neo Zoe, New Life Through Balanced Living, is a very unique holistic wellness company that's here to help you preserve a healthy balance and eliminate any dysfunction. We use an individual approach through nutrition, massage, and various other holistic practices. You can restore your optimal health and a healthy lifestyle. Visit us on the web at neozoe.com or call us at 732-713-0123.
All right, welcome back to What's Next with Danny Coleman. And what's next right now is our first guest. He's a theater major at Rider University. And he's going to do a little musical number for you right now called More Lies, Mr. Bryan Hill.
You never thought of forever, but all I could see was forever with you, ever with you. You couldn't know I was dreaming of holding you close. One day you would see I was there the whole time, just sitting there waiting for something to come alive. And I was kneeling there praying for more time, more time. I thought I could see right through you. Now I know all I could see had nothing to do with you and me. You think it won't ever matter. What mattered to me, but never to you, never to you. Though you could see the whole time, sitting there waiting for something to come alive. And I was kneeling there praying for more life, more life. I saw it all go to waste over broken time, and I gave it all I could take. Now I know you had nothing to give. The whole time, just sitting there waiting for something to come alive. And I was kneeling there praying for more life.
Okay. Wow. Welcome back. My guest is Bryan Hill, and you just saw him perform his song called
More lies.
More Lies. Bryan Hill is here. Let me get myself a little properly situated.
More
Right,
comfortable, right?
More comfortable.
Just don't
There
fall
we go.
asleep.
I just don't want my shoe to fall off there. Look, woo, exposing some skin.
Ooh,
My ankles.
that's dangerous.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm glad that you're between us because
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I gotta keep you guys apart.
she gets a little out of
Oh.
control
I'm a
sometimes.
little nervous.
You're a good point for everything. You started, though.
That's right.
Instigator.
Now, Bryan here is a college student,
Yes.
and you go to
Rider University.
Rider University. I remember when Rider was a college. Now it's a university.
Yes, it is.
Which means at the
Yes.
same time, your tuition probably went up by 20 grand.
Oh, yeah.
But I got a good story to tell you about Rider College. I actually probably told you that story. About the time, ever tell you about the time I I almost got arrested at Rider College for jamming in the student center.
No.
That's another story for the end of this segment. But see, I have stories.
Yes, you do.
I have stories. But Brian is there because you are majoring in
Musical theater.
musical theater. Actually, we've got Art. We're gonna let you have to. We're gonna show you some footage of Brian in musical theater. We'll cut to that right now.
She's absolutely right. It's time for me to start living and stop worrying. You know, maybe that's the secret, just to enjoy the simple things in life. Like the fresh air, cool, clean water, fruit fresh off. Oh yes, and women.
Sex presented pastorally.
Of course, women. My days are brighter than morning air, evergreen pine and autumn blue. But all my days were twice as fair if I could share my days with you. Excuse me. I dreamed last night I got on the boat to heaven, and by some chance I had brought my dice along, and there I stood, and I hollered someone fade me, but the passengers, they know right from wrong. For the people all said, sit down, you're rocking the boat. People all said, sit down, you're rocking the boat. And the devil will drag you under by the sharp lapel of your checkered coat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Sit down, you're rocking the boat. I promise not to waste my life on commonplace, ordinary pursuits. See, I know there's something.
Something fulfilling, completely fulfilling.
Yes, that's it. Something completely fulfilling. And I don't know where it is, or where I want to go. All I know is that everything has its season, everything has its time. Show me a reason and I'll soon show you a rhyme. Cats fit on the windowsill, children fit in the snow. Why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. And I've got to be where my spirit can run free.
Because in high school you were heavily into
Yes, I did.
the school plays and the drama and the theater and so on
Yeah.
and so forth. And you played the lead in.
In Pippin, in my
Okay.
junior year, I was the lead, the title character Pippin, and that was a big show for me. There was a lot to do, a lot of vocals, a lot of high notes, that were tough. Yeah.
Now, you've actually, tonight, you've brought with you, or they brought you, one or the other, your family members are
Yes,
here.
I did.
Your mom and your dad, and I've known your dad a long time.
Yeah.
Long time. He's
Not
been
too long.
through some of my lowest times with me, your father.
Really?
Just tell you that right now. Right, Doug?
Oh. I'll hear those later.
Gave a thumbs up
Yeah,
because
no,
the audience at home didn't see that.
Actually, and your mom too, but she came along a little later in this game. But you brought Miss Sarah
Yes,
with you,
my
which is
girlfriend,
good.
yes.
Your girlfriend Sarah, and so you've got a lot of support
I do.
from these guys. How did you? Because I know your father, and I know your father's a drummer,
Yes.
or once a drummer, always a drummer. But I know he's a drummer. So how did you get into musical theater?
Well, I
I mean, up to
started-
where you're going to college.
No, yeah. I started in music. I started in church choir when I was about around 8 years old. And then my teacher took me in as like a piano student. And then through there I kind of got more into guitar and taking voice lessons. And when I was in 7th grade, I didn't have many friends. I didn't have much to do with myself. So my dad actually recommended that I check out what's going on with the shows at school because they were doing Wizard of Oz that year.
Okay.
And so I was actually kind of late into theater compared to the other kids who were doing it in high school. But he recommended that I at least do stage crew or something. And I actually missed the meeting to get the packet because I didn't want to go. And I heard the announcement, and I was too nervous to go. So I ended up going literally the minute after the meeting ended, so I wouldn't have to go in with everyone else in the meeting, so I could get my packet individually from the teacher running the auditions. So then I ended up getting my audition scheduled and everything for the show, and I got in as the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
So for my first show, I was
tough role.
I was pretty happy with that. Besides my knees killing me after the performances, but that's what got me into theater. That was my first show, and then through that I got into more shows over the summers, in between the school year, and now.
Were you doing community theater? And
Yes, I did. There was a youth group called Hopewell Valley Children's Theater
okay.
in obviously in Hopewell, and it took place at the high school over the summers. And then I recently just did Bucks County Playhouse between junior and senior year. So that was the biggest one.
What performance?
Oh, we did Sound of Music, and I was
Okay.
Rolf in that.
Ah.
Yeah, I know it's hard to see, right? I don't look the part at all, but I did that
I
one.
don't look tall. That's okay.
Oh yeah.
Camera does everything.
It's
Oh, yeah.
amazing what makeup crews can do.
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
you know, costumes. It's
Oh.
amazing.
It is. But I did that. That was a big one. That was wonderful. And after that, I did my audition for Ryder, and luckily I got in. They liked me.
Now, how does that work? Okay, you want to go to Rider University and you want to major in musical theater.
Yes.
You have to audition to be part of that
You do.
program.
You-
So if you didn't pass the audition, you wouldn't be able to go to college for what you wanted.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of stinks.
It does. It's a heavy process. You have to have a lot of backups, like backup schools or even just backup majors, just backup plans, and it's a long process, and it's very very nerve-wracking.
Now, let's say you fail as a freshman.
Mm.
Can you re-audition as a sophomore, junior, senior? I mean, what do you?
You can re-audition. It's hard to get failed for the actual theater part. That's only if you're showing that you're not doing any work. And if they find that you're not doing your work in the program, they can't cut you, but they highly recommend that you leave. Because
It's like, get out!
Yeah, because there are some schools that are called cut programs.
That sounds like my happy hour last night. They
Well,
couldn't
ship
throw me
out.
out, but they recommended that I leave. I had to go.
Yeah. But I'm
Okay.
lucky in that my school is not does not have a cut program. In that in other schools they test you maybe after your sophomore year, see if you've progressed, and if you haven't, they kick you out. But or at least out of the program. But for me, they do evaluate you, and it's not actually a cut program, but they will recommend that you leave if you don't show any progress.
That's awful.
Yeah, I don't blame them, because with all the training they're giving you,
Yeah.
if you're not progressing in some way, that's on your part. Like, that's not their fault.
I mean, yeah, I can understand. They're there to teach you how to master that craft, how to, the good thing of being an international foot model
Yes, you are.
that I am,
And what other kind of model?
a sacral model.
Thank you. He's so careful how he says that.
It's another story.
I gotta hear all this.
It's a true story.
That's a true story. They're all true. No, but when they're teaching. I mean, either you have it or you don't.
Yeah.
What's that old saying? There's a broken heart for every light on Broadway, or whatever it is. I mean, I see some people who think they have
Yeah.
talent, or their parents think they have talent.
That's a big one.
Oh, my son. Oh, my daughter. Ah, they're fun. They're wonderful. Ah.
How do you audition for a foot model? Do you twiddle your toes? And how do you audition for the sacral model?
Call you killer because you slay me.
Well, you're talking about auditions, right? I
Yeah.
just want curious how a foot model auditions.
I have our next guest, Estelle, take pictures of my feet, and then I send them off. The feet do the auditioning. It's like your fingers walking through the yellow pages. from
So if
music.
you don't get the part, you have the agony of defeat.
Yes! Yes!
Sorry.
Comic,
No,
who
I
needs a
agree.
comedian? We got our own, Marianne Castello. All right, so there's really a lot of pressure on you to always be on your A game
Yeah.
at school. So what kind of classes, other than what they, as a freshman, they make you take, whatever, math or English or whatever So what other kind of classes do they use for that major?
Well, right now I have a ballet class, which is different. It's I have not taken ballet before, so that's a tough one.
Have you ever had to wear tights?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, I feel your pain, son. I
Yeah.
can show you a picture. That's another story.
Oh man,
go
all
ahead.
these stories I need a
damn.
book.
He does.
That's a big one that's new to me, because I've danced before, but ballet, that's just a whole
Is
whole
it true?
different
Like
thing.
you're always on your toes?
I'm not there. No, not yet, at least.
Okay, that's hard.
Gladly, I'm not there.
He's always on somebody else's toes. Oh, that would be me.
Oh, it's funny, because coming into the program, I thought I was a good dancer, and then I auditioned, and I was like, I saw all these other kids, and I'm like, oh. Like, they put me in ballet one, jazz one, I was like, well, I guess that wasn't as good as I thought I was. But,
It's kind of a humbling yet.
oh yeah.
It's a humbling experience yet. You have two choices at that point. That's on my mind.
Yeah.
Point. You have two
You can't wait
choices.
to get out of
Yeah, I
here.
gotta go to another. We got another happy hour. Or something? You have two choices at that point. You can either get defeated or more determined.
Exactly. For me, I got more determined. I wasn't going to let some other kids show me up all the time. You can't have that.
You have to have a drive to do what you're doing, and a passion to do it.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. For us especially, we have our classes during the day, and then we have rehearsal at night from like maybe 6:15 to 10:15. And me being a commuter, I have to like drive home after the rehearsals.
Right.
So I haven't done that yet. I'm waiting for it, but I haven't done it yet. But we actually have far more credits required for our major than other majors at
Really?
the school. Yeah, they for I think the full year. No, 4 years. For the 4 years in the program, we have to have around 75 major specific credits. And then if you are in mostly any other major, you have 45 major specific credits. So there's a lot of work
Yeah, there is.
for musical theater majors especially. I don't know how they managed to do that, but somehow they give it to us.
Now, we saw you perform your song More Lies.
Yes.
Are you still working on your music? Because
I am.
you've actually played one of my happy hours
Yes.
in the past,
I have.
and your parents still speak to me.
That's
We're good about
good, yeah.
So, Kathy's like, I don't need it. So you're still doing the music as well now.
Yeah.
Does that come into play? I mean, tell us about your music.
That right now, towards the end of the year, I started getting away from doing like the gigs with just my pop music, you could say, and I started focusing more on theater and getting into the program. And then once I got into the program, kind of honing my vocal skills for that and everything. But now that I'm in the school and I've gotten myself kind of worked into the ways of the program and my schedule, I am focusing more on my solo music career. I've started writing more songs than I have already, which is good because I've never been the most. It's never come easy to me to write songs. It's a
hard.
struggle.
It is.
Yeah. Lyrics are fine for me. It's the actual tune. But now that I have like the schedule worked into my head and everything, I am starting to write more songs. I have to get them, like the copywriting and everything. And then I'm going to start applying for jobs just locally, getting gigs to, earn money, but also to get myself out there more. So it's becoming a bigger focus again.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not 21 yet, so we can't hang out in bars and get jobs that way. Once,
So then how did he get to play your happy hour?
Great. That's take me away.
You said it! It was water in the glass, not vodka. I get it. I understand. I'm just saying.
It's been nice knowing you, Brian.
I'm so glad I'm between you.
When, I'm sorry, guys. When they come to take him away, I don't know where you're going to be on Monday night around 5 o'clock, but don't be near him. Now I forget. What were we talking about? The thought train just got derailed.
Yes, it did.
Gigging.
Yes.
Gigging. Since you're not 21 yet.
No.
He was like, by the way, he was like 16 or 17 when he played my happy hour.
See, now you gave away more information than I did, see?
But I had faith in the young gentleman,
There you go.
So, coffee houses,
Yes.
open mics. The thing that is great about this business, and the thing that stinks about this business, is that it really is who you know.
Oh yeah.
And it's
That's a
all
good part.
networking.
Definitely.
So the best way to network, if you're a musician watching this, and young, old, or deceased like me, you can be, you have the ability to attend open mics.
Yes.
Now, there are some really good open mics out there with really talented people.
Definitely.
But what you do at open mics is, you'll get up and play your 2 or 3 songs, whatever it is. But what you'll find there are a lot of other musicians.
Yeah. There are a lot.
And that's how there was one point in time where I was gigging 5 or 6 nights a week just off of the musicians that I met
Right.
at open mics. I would get calls, hey, I'm playing the open mic, you want to come play the kit for me tonight? Or, so even if they were non-paying, I was still gigging and I was getting...
Yeah, get your name.
Creating this vast network. No, I'm getting this big network of musicians.
Yeah.
And then, as you get older and you're able to play in bars without being chastised or buying a fake ID, you can turn around and, you didn't hear that. Then you turn around and now you've got your network in place.
Yes.
and you can start. And many musicians, I can name 3 off the top of my head who do community theater. Joe Weimer, who I gigged with this past weekend, she has done shows at the Algonquin and
Really?
in Manasquan. She has done shows. She did one in New York somewhere. I mean, it's, Danny Rongo took his play to a theater, and Zara, they've all done that. So the music and theater are always intertwined, and you'll find that it's the same people. Now, I'm not telling you your path to Broadway is doing an open mic at Green Planet Coffee House. What I'm telling you is, though, it's all networking.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And as much fun as that can be, it can also be a drag because, you find your way, you find your niche, you find there are pockets and cliques, and this one likes that one, and that guy stinks, that girl's horrible, they're really good at,
Yeah, it depends on the area too. There are some places that cater to certain people and some that just aren't going to work.
Correct.
Like I played a while ago. There was some coffee house. See, I don't even remember it because it was not a good gig. I don't remember where it was. I don't remember the name. But I played there, and that town just did not work for me. And apparently I didn't work for them either because I wasn't making anything.
For a minute there, I thought he was talking about my happy hour, but he got paid for that. That was next to nothing, but he got paid.
I did a little bit, yeah. But this one place, it really just depends on the area sometimes and the people you encounter, because the crowd just in general, it just didn't work. Whereas other places I played, like I played at the tea house. There was an old tea house in Hopewell called Paint the Roses.
Yep, Paint the Roses.
Yeah, I played there for a solid maybe year and a half, 2 years, and the people there they loved the music I was playing and the style, and it honestly just depends on the area you're in and the network of people, like you said.
Two things to remember, because in this business, acting and music, you need a thick skin.
Yeah.
Which is why I let myself go and get wrinkled. It's thick.
Exfoliate.
That's right. Exfoliate. Correct. What did Steph Arizona say is in her exfoliant? Rice?
Sandpaper. Oh no, yours was sandpaper.
Mine was sandpaper. Hers was rice.
It was brown rice.
Yeah, that's it.
That's my diet right there.
Correct. So you can eat your exfoliant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes!
2 in 1.
But what you do is, wait, this degenerated quick. What you do is, you have to realize there are two rules of thumb to follow. Because the only way you're going to get that tough skin is from rejection and realizing that you're not going to please everybody.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to like Bryan Hill's music or Bryan Hill's part that he portrays on stage. The second rule to follow is not worry about it.
Oh, I actually have a story related to someone who did not like my style. There was and it was classical music too. It wasn't like specifically my style. I was playing. This was the one occurrence at Paint the Roses.
Somebody was dissing Bach?
Yeah, well, Beethoven, but not. No! I know, even worse. But I was playing at the tea house, and there was, I was playing. Sorry if this man sees this video, but I was playing Moonlight Sonata, which I'm not sure if you know that. It's a beautiful Beethoven piece, and I was playing it at a certain speed at which I felt comfortable. And the thing is, at like the tea house, people aren't necessarily paying attention to the music.
No, your background.
Yeah, yeah.
Like my happy hour.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I find that people's attention spans when it comes to things like that with the music and everything, they don't last as long as Moonlight Sonata, like at the speed at which it's meant to be played. Right. So I sped it up a little bit because I figured maybe people, despite the fact they're not listening, I feel like they're probably gonna get tired of me at some point. So I sped it up a little bit, and there was this man in the back who did not like that. And I remember he looked at me and he just went like, mouthing slow from the back of the tea house. And I looked at him and I just went, oh, yes. and I slowed down for him. I did it for him. And then once I saw him look away, I was like, oh, I'm speeding that up. And then after the gig, he called me over, but he didn't call me over in like the polite way that one might. All he did was he pointed at me, he went, he gave me the finger, like not the finger.
No,
he gave me the worst finger.
That's
he gave
the finger.
me
That's the mother's finger.
That's
right there.
there. He might as well have said my middle name and called me over. And I was like, oh dear. So I went over to him, and he said, no, that was, I really enjoyed you playing that Beethoven piece, but next time just relax, like slow it down, like just take it.
Well, that's constructive criticism.
It was. But he
get up in
could
your
have
face and
been.
say, "You butchered Beethoven, dude!"
It's true.
I'm out of here.
He could have. It was more the way in which it was presented to me, which I didn't mind too much because I was like, people are gonna have their opinions. It's not necessarily their fault.
Right.
It's not my fault. But it was funny because it was just one of those experiences where he was directing me from the back of the tea house, and that's never happened to me before. Like I've never
But
had
you
I've never
learned
had a
something
conductor.
from it, right?
Yes, I did.
So-
I learned that sometimes it's better to not have a conductor in the first place.
Or you could just do the opposite. Bring your own conductor.
Bring my own
stick,
conductor.
and
Exactly.
then just hand it out to somebody. Saying,
Yeah,
would
here.
you like to do that?
The baton.
Exactly.
That's what I do.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll start carrying one of them
It would be-
on the show. What do you think?
You don't poke people with them. You conduct with them.
Oh no, that'll be like for guests to get out of line.
That's what I'm afraid of.
That's what I need. Staff, we need a riding crop. Well, we got to wrap it up.
Yes.
I'm getting the finger from the director.
Oh no,
Yeah, it's terrible.
that's a bad thing.
I know. We
You
got to
don't
go on
wanna
to the next
get
segment.
fired here.
But I'm. But
He
you have
gets
a
fired,
website
but
or
you keep
anything?
coming back. That's
Yeah, that's it.
They keep bringing me back. You have a website or anything? Social media? How do we find Bryan Hill?
You can find me on Facebook. Just search Bryan Hill.
BRY.
BRYAN. Bryan Hill Vocals. I will come up if you look up Bryan Hill. And then if you go on YouTube and you search if you search for Bryan D. Hill, a lot of videos of me will pop up. I'll be right there.
Some of them are going to pop up on this program.
Yes, they will.
Some of them already have.
Yeah.
All right, Bryan. Thank you so much,
Thank
buddy.
you very
Thank
much.
you for your patience this evening and
Thank you.
coming in to see us.
Of course.
And we had Bryan in the green room eating Oreos. Did you leave me any?
Sorry. I'll buy you a pack next time.
Ooh,
There are some graham crackers.
that's networking.
That's
All right.
double stuff.
We'll be right back with the cuckoo photographer herself, Estelle Masry. Stay tuned.
Cool.
If addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues control your life, and you are ready for change, Recovery Spot offers expert outpatient care for addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues. We offer focused, high-quality treatment specifically designed for you. The Recovery Spot, we offer new hope for those suffering from pain and addiction. www.recoveryspotny.com. We're located in New York City.
All right, welcome back. My next guest is the photographer or extraordinaire. Look, I can't even pronounce it.
I know.
See? Is that French? Extraordinaire?
It can be. It's French.
Ah, see?
Danny's tongue-tied.
I am tongue-tied. French. The cuckoo photographer herself, Estelle Masry. Hey. Welcome back again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are now on
Again.
What's Next
I know.
with
I'm
Danny
excited.
Coleman.
Yeah.
You are a photographer, a very good one. You have your own, you had done a lot of portraits and headshots and things, and you've recently gotten involved in concert photography.
Yes.
Why?
I wasn't planning on it. I went to an event and I just started shooting musicians and I don't know, it just felt like it was just meant to be.
It felt right.
It felt right, yeah. Yeah, I was very excited and I felt like I could be more creative and and even now, I mean, I'll do portraits and headshots and, you know, families and all kinds of events. But once I finish with those, I always look forward to my next live music or
Live music.
yeah,
shoot.
I get
Gets the
I feel like
adrenaline
it gets
going.
the adrenaline going. I feel like, you know, it's just my thing, and I feel comfortable there. Yeah, so
In
it
that
just
realm,
kind of happened.
that
Yeah,
element.
It just kind of happened.
So what got you into photography?
I can't really answer that. I feel like it's just always been a part of me from the time I remember. You know, I was eight years old, and I shot my mother's wedding, and I've always had a camera since I was little, and I don't know why or what prompted me to want to shoot, but I've always done it.
But you've done it. Now, Art, Estelle has brought along some pictures that we're going to be showing throughout the interview. So, of some of the work that she's done. You spent a day with Alicia Keys, and I see it just made a billboard in
Yes,
New
it
York,
did.
huh?
No,
No.
in Cannes, in France.
Oh, in France.
Yes.
Yes, which is
I feel
crazy.
road
Boy, did I
trip
misread
coming.
that.
Road trip.
Road trip.
When I saw that, I sent my mom and dad a text. I said, "So let's go. Let's go on a weekend trip to France." My dad was like, "Let's do it." You know, he was serious. I'm like, "Well,
Well, we should tell everybody you are from France.
Yeah, so it's
originally,
kind of,
right?
it's funny how that kind of happened. You know, I mean, it's a huge.
Wasn't that billboard in English though?
Yes.
Okay, that's why I was thinking New York City. I didn't realize it was
it's
actually in
English.
Paris.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was pretty surreal.
Was it Paris or Cannes? What'd you say?
Cannes.
Ooh, see? I had 2 years of French. That's why I wound up with Spanish.
That's funny.
Can I say?
He's not fluent, obvious.
Obviously.
Hey,
You're
apparently
trying.
I speak fluent Spanish when I'm a little inebriated.
A little or a lot?
Well, both.
Okay.
Either way, so
I could see that happening.
Can you?
Yes.
Before we go any further, now you probably wonder why this incredibly beautiful lady sitting next to me, next to the other incredibly beautiful woman on my program.
That's why I got the boots on.
Oh man! Well, you're probably wondering why this one has this lovely appendage, because it's like part of you now.
It's part of me and part of you. Yes. Which sounds really weird. Yeah.
It is. That's we will forever be connected,
Yes.
even if it's down to. Do you want to tell the story, or
You
should
can
I?
tell the story.
Yeah. Estelle and I were covering a show in Asbury Park at the Wonder Bar.
Yes.
Prior to the show, Estelle and I met for a drink at Langosta Lounge. Now, I know that there's always parking in that area, so I figured that it was one of the first cooler nights.
Yes.
So I figured I would bring this Baja coat or hoodie with me. Now, if you're not familiar with what a Baja is, it's what like the surfers in Southern California live. Basically, it looks like a big Mexican blanket with a hood. All right.
Thank you.
First time I ever wore it, Mary Ann called it burlap.
Yes, I did.
But Estelle meets me at Langosta, and I'm carrying this thing, and we walked from Langosta down to the Wonder Bar, which is where you were parked, in Asbury Park. It was only about a block and a half, and I thought, in case I get cold, I'll bring this to throw on when we leave. But Estelle thought something totally different. Take it away, Estelle.
I just thought you had a blanket with you, and I just thought, wow. I mean, you're carrying it you're like so attentive to it, and he didn't leave it. We got to the bar, like he would take it with him as he moved from place to place, and I just thought, it's a security blanket. I was like, that's just so odd, but okay, we'll just go with that. And then we took a picture with her, and I said, oh, look at Danny with his blanket. Just really still thinking, he had his blanket with him. And then he's like, it's not a blanket.
Why do you want to leave it?
He's like, it's not a blanket. But so anyway, so
I don't want to
that's
leave it
the
laying on a
story.
bar because, you know, if they were
Someone,
spilling things.
and
And
everyone was
apparently-
eyeing it.
yeah, I
Yes.
noticed- you noticed that.
I noticed it. So
But
I don't blame you.
Estelle actually thought I was like this nice guy who brought a blanket in case one of us gets cold.
Yes, I really did.
Yeah.
It's like you planned it.
It's your
Yes.
security blanket.
Your security
That's why
blanket.
I said that's Linus.
Now it's Linus.
Now it's Linus.
Well, you told us the other night that women love you because you're security for them.
I am.
Wow.
When they're yelling, security!
I give every woman what they want.
Oh
Security!
my gosh.
See, so that's a security blanket.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Correct.
So there we go.
That's right.
Linus. Oh my
So
gosh.
now you're this photographer extraordinaire, and dare I say it, I might be putting pressure on you, but you are probably one of the hottest properties on the Jersey Shore right now. Everybody wants Estelle's photos.
I don't know.
You don't
But
know,
I-
but you see it. You see it on Facebook. You
Yeah.
see it on Instagram. Or what did you say? ISG? What did you?
IG.
IG.
Where'd the S come from?
Instagram. She sent me a text one day. What's your IG account? Huh?
It's like, what's that?
What the heck is that? I do have an Instagram account. It's probably one of the first ones ever opened.
Oh my gosh.
I can't remember how to get into it. I got one.
I'll find you.
They're gonna have to send me my password. Oh, my Instagram is just Rock On Radio,
Yes.
all capital letters, just like my Twitter account. Rock On Radio, all capital letters.
So
But-
everybody could send you something, you just can't retrieve it.
That I can't retrieve, right? So now you're taking. You've recently shot Aaron and Matt O'Ree's wedding,
Yes.
which
Yes.
they came out. The pictures came out fantastic. You've been doing a lot of things with, again, concert photography. The picture that you took in here of our friend Kenny Siegel came out really well. Alicia Keys, the picture we talked to earlier, since it was in
Con.
Cannes, New York.
Yeah, Con, New York.
He's very careful how he says that. You realize that,
I
right?
know.
So
He's trying
careful.
really hard. I know. I
Oh,
appreciate
the majestic
that.
palm almost
You're
poked me in
getting
the eye.
attacked.
You see that?
It's like the Chuckle Patch, the Magic Garden, remember?
Whoa, the magic garden. So I mean, we're seeing these photos, and you're getting. I guess what I'm getting at is you're getting more and more demand. Do you see that? Where people are?
Absolutely. Yes.
Because I know you're doing a lot of stuff on movie sets, and you're doing. What do they now? Do they hire a still photographer for you to just?
They do.
So
I'm
they
there
can-
all day from beginning to end, and I just shoot. I just shoot everything. I shoot them, taking breaks. And hopefully they'll use some of the photos for the movie poster and to promote
Right.
the movie. So that's the goal. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of different things. I mean, doing a lot of fitness photography as well now. I'm just
Rest
kind of
assured,
all
I will
over-
not be a part of that.
No.
I just, for all of you
You're
at
just
home,
throwing
are
it out there,
probably
like,
saying,
I'm not
"Oh,
doing it."
Danny, you should go for that." No, that's not me. Sorry.
No fitness for you. Okay.
Hey, I have six-pack abs. They're just
I'm
in a
sure you
padded
do.
cooler. Okay, go ahead.
No, so that's it. And I'm working with a lot of younger musicians. That didn't come out right, but new up and coming young artists, which is it's fun because they're very raw and I feel like they have this
He's feeling old
excitement
over
that
there.
I know. I'm like I'm
I-
sorry.
I was,
that
wipe-
came off
I was
wrong.
wiping the wrinkles away.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
That
the
came
crow's
off really
feet.
wrong.
No, you're
No,
okay.
but they're very young. I mean, very young.
Like bands or
16,
solo
18.
artists?
Both.
Okay.
Both,
Anybody
yeah.
I know?
I don't know. Allie and the Alley Cats. She's from the Midwest.
Okay, no.
I don't know if you know her or not. I just shot someone the other night. Amanda Vecchio.
Yeah, I know that name.
You know that name? Yes. That was in the city. I think she's from
Okay.
Long
Yeah, I
Island.
know that name.
And another band, Don't Believe in Ghosts. I don't know if you've heard of them. I shot them in New York too, but they're just younger, younger guys, and it's just a different dynamic than what I'm
Used to,
which
yeah.
is good. Yeah.
Now, the first
it's
show
been fun.
that we ever shot together was the Dead Daisy show.
Yes.
You
That
had
was
total stage
fun.
access
Yes.
the whole night, too.
That was great.
and then Alani, which was the Wonder Bar where
Yes.
Linus was
She
born.
was
Yeah, she was phenomenal.
was
Actually,
amazing.
you could hear a pin drop.
no one. I mean, yeah, everyone just kind of stood still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
She was
really
so
didn't
good.
think when she told me that she was playing the Wonder Bar.
Mm-hmm.
First thought that went over my head was, "There's no way she's not going.
Yeah.
You know, no
Right.
way." And yet, when she started, I mean, all you heard were the beer coolers because it was just that quiet. You could actually hear the motors, the compressors from the beer coolers. It was, and I was like, wow.
She commanded the room.
You
Yeah,
have no
she
idea.
did.
The voice on this woman is amazing. She's British born, French raised, and she just sings like, you know. And then you spoke French to her.
I did. We bonded.
You did.
Yeah.
And I was there holding
Yes.
the bag, the burlap sack,
The blankie.
the blankie.
The blankie.
So your cuckoo photography, the name,
Yes.
cuckoo.
Yes. Not crazy.
No.
Although, I mean, it could be fitting sometimes.
Well, it could be crazy
Depends,
or some
yes.
Middle Eastern dish, I guess, right? Cuckoo. Or it's couscous.
That's
Kind of spelled the same way.
you're like adding or missing letters today. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, it's what I do.
Flustered. You
That's,
see
well,
this?
that's what happens. That's what happens when you have your own show. You do what you want. So, why cuckoo photography? COU photography.com,
Yes.
right?
Cuckoo is a cute way to say hello in France to your closest friends. I mean, it's just a cute way it's a cute greeting, and it just reminds me of my country, and I used to always say it to my family and my friends, and it's just, I don't know, just kind of stuck with me. So
Well, that's
that's
okay.
that. Yes.
Makes for a nice watermark too.
Well, yeah. Although I don't know, like now, I thought about maybe just using my name, but I don't know. I'll just stick with it.
Photos
I don't
by
know.
Castello.
I feel like everyone uses their names, right? So I don't know, just a little bit different.
Yeah,
It's
you've,
mystery
stick with it.
behind
Yeah,
it.
maybe.
It has some mystery.
You've
Maybe it's a
established
conversation
yourself.
piece, like what, what does that mean, or like, yeah.
And
so
you've already
maybe-
branded yourself.
Yes,
So
that's
why
right.
start over? Don't
I know.
reinvent the wheel.
That's right. I'll go with that.
Just say it.
Just saying.
I had an ex-girlfriend who one time gave me a branding iron for steaks.
Yes.
I was scared to leave it laying around where she could find it.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
Because, when things start to go bad, you don't want to leave weapons laying around. So,
Do you have a tattoo we don't know about?
no. I have no tattoos. So, if you're going to brand yourself, stay away from
Yeah.
those type of things. But, so now that you're doing more, are you getting away from the other business, or are you still keeping up with the headshots and portraits? And
I'm still doing all of that. Yes. I'm all over the place, but it's
That you
it's
are.
good. Yeah. I don't,
You
I don't
are
mind it.
You are the female version of me,
I was gonna say the girl that never sleeps.
Yeah.
as Mario says.
Yep.
The guy who never sleeps, right? So, yeah, because and sometimes 2 places in the same day, or more.
Yeah,
you know.
it's exhausting, but it's part.
But it's passion,
It's passion, so you do it.
and people don't.
Yes.
I really don't think people understand that. When you have a passion for something, you're willing to sacrifice anything and everything.
Yeah, that's right.
From my goats to, whatever it is, you're willing to sacrifice
That's
time, relationships. If it's a goal that brings you fulfillment and hopefully something you can do. I mean, everybody's goal in life should be, if you're going to have to work, which most of us do, at least you should work at something that you enjoy. If I could actually make money from all the things I do, I'd be a happy man.
Yeah.
If I could,
If you do
Yes.
what you love, you never work a day
That's
in your
right.
life.
that's correct.
That's right.
Correct. So,
And it's all so much more rewarding,
Right.
to do it. So
no,
yeah.
you're 100% correct. So what's up what's up next for the cuckoo photographer?
Well, there's a few things, I can't really talk about it.
Or you have to kill me?
Yes.
Or you can't give it away.
I can't give it away. No, I mean I'm just new bands and new artists and a lot more album covers and I think like a few films as well. So and hopefully I'll be published a lot more. I mean that's my next goal is to be published more.
Well, you're going to be published real soon because I'll be publishing
Yes.
the article
I
that
know,
you
I
did,
can't wait.
the review of the Alani concert
Yes.
from the Wunderbar. The Wunderbar in Asbury Park. A little earlier I said that you shot Aaron and Matt O'Ree's
Yes.
wedding. Now, Matt O'Ree, of course, did a spot when Richie Sambora left John Bon Jovi. Matt slid in and went on that European part of the tour with John Bon Jovi, and he married a friend of mine. Actually, Aaron and I share the same birthday.
Oh, you
believe it or
do?
not. We
Oh,
do.
interesting.
Aaron her name was Aaron Schulz, now Aaron O'Ree, and she former three-time Rock On Radio guest, and yes, sometimes we cross the streams here with these programs. But before you went, I sent you a text. I said, "Good luck." You said, "I'm not a wedding photographer," but
was very
apparently you are.
Oh no, I'll never say that. I am
Don't let
not.
that get out. No.
I will never do another wedding again.
No.
No.
Why?
It's not my thing.
No.
No.
Just don't like that. Huh?
I don't like it, and if you screw it up, then
Oh yeah,
that's
you're in
it.
trouble.
You're in
Yeah.
trouble.
It was
So
my only day.
yeah, no, it's very stressful and dealing with
Gotcha.
yeah.
Bridezillas, is that what you want to
Yeah,
say?
well, there's just so many people that you have to make happy,
Right.
and it's a full day, and processing. I'm still working on their photos, I still can't finish up. So it's just a lot of work, and I guess that's why wedding photographers get paid so much
Big
money,
money.
because I get it, but I just don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're doing well in all the other areas. Like I said, you're one of the hotter properties along the Jersey Shore right now. Everybody wants a piece of Estelle Cuckoo Photography's pie, So
Thank God you finished that last part of that statement. I'm sorry, but I didn't know where you were going with that.
women. All right. Thank you, Estelle,
Thank you
so much.
so
Thank you
much.
for
It was a
coming on
pleasure.
for us
Thank
here
you.
tonight. And
Thank you so much.
we'll be right back with our guest. Our next guest is Deborah Davey.
Yay.
Stay tuned. Since 1987, Monmouth Music has served the local music community of Red Bank from their location at 30 Monmouth Street in the center of historic downtown Red Bank, New Jersey. Owner-operated, Monmouth Music provides lessons of all levels, beginner through professional, as well as brand-name instruments and a repair service. For all of your musical needs, go to Monmouth Music. That's Monmouth Music, 30 Monmouth Street, Red Bank, New Jersey. All right, what's next now is a woman from Jersey City. She managed to make it back onto the couch next to me here with her new CD, Wild Little Girl. She's going to be performing 10 Miles to Clarksdale, Deborah Davey.
old romance. Oh, I'm leaving today, far, far away from the Delta and you. Oh, oh, I was never one to slide across another woman's line, but somehow I made a fight for the Delta and you. Oh, tell me why the sky is so white. Ten miles to Clarksdale to pick up a friend. 10 miles to Clarksdale, where we'll have to pretend that she's still the woman in your life, and you still intend to make her your wife. And I'm just along, yeah, I'm just along, I'm just along for the ride.
All right, everybody, welcome back. That was 10 Miles to Clarksdale from my next guest, Debbie. Davey, how are you, Debbie?
Hey, I'm good,
It
Danny.
is so nice to meet you. And Marianne over there, look.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I loved her performance.
Thank you.
It was fantastic.
Yes, it was.
That's right. Fabulous. And you have a new EP out,
I do.
and it is called
Wild Little Girl.
Wild Little Girl. Look at it. Look at these boots she's got on.
I know,
I
I-
like them boots.
Fancy.
I said she could leave them at the door after the show.
See?
They were a vintage find on East 12th Street, New York. It's this like vintage store.
I love it.
Sometimes I
Really?
score because I have such small feet
Uh-huh.
that usually I walk into shoe stores and I can't find anything because they don't have any size under 6. But sometimes I'll go into vintage stores and they'll have stuff that no one else can fit into that I can get.
Your feet are less than a 6?
They're between like a 4.5 and a 5.
Wow.
Tiny. So
Tiny feet.
sometimes in vintage places I find shoes.
Okay. Now, you've come down to us today from Jersey City,
Yeah.
City, New Jersey. But while we were out in the green room, which makes us sound official, the green room, you were telling me that you're not from here originally.
No, I'm not from Jersey originally. I was born in Gainesville, Florida, like Tom Petty, and then I've lived in Malibu, Milwaukee, Belgium, and New York City, and now Jersey City.
She traveled
Yeah.
because her father was an educator, you said, and
Yeah.
and now you're here.
Yeah.
Very close proximity to New York.
Mm-hmm.
You spent a lot of time in the city?
I do. Like I was telling you, I was just there last night. But I love Jersey City. Jersey City is just this incredible, multicultural, just packed with great artists and musicians place. And I think I was telling you, I just put together a show for this beautiful new venue that's open there called White Eagle Hall. And
Where's that located?
it's on Newark Avenue, so it's a
Okay.
little bit north of downtown. And it's this stunning venue, and we're going to have 5 Jersey City bands, as well as a DJ and an MC. So it's just I've tried to put together a really diverse bill to reflect the city and the music scene that we have there.
Oh, wow.
So I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's great. And you have this new EP. Now, is this your first, or do you have others?
Well, it's my second release. My first one was my first album is called Get Free, and it's 11 songs. It's a full-length album.
Okay.
It's actually available as a free download on my website.
Which
if
is?
people want to check it out. www.debradevi.com. So DebraDavy.com.
Now I have to tell you, Marianne had mentioned to me, you know, who is the guest coming up for Thursday, you know, for the taping for Thursday. Because yes, this show is taped on Thursdays and released on Monday. So that engineer Art can make work his magic.
Yes.
And I said, Deborah, somebody. And she said, you gave me that look that you usually give me of typical. And I said, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
Is it Devi, you know, Devi? I mean, how do you, is that short for something or is that your actual?
Well, it rhymes with Davy, like Davy Crockett. It's
Right.
Davy. It's Sanskrit. It's a Sanskrit word that means goddess.
Oh.
And because originally when I started my own, I used to play guitar in different bands and I've toured a lot. And then I started singing and started doing my own thing. And I started a band called Davy, D-E-V-I. And then people just kept calling me Deborah Davy. So it stuck and then wound up becoming like my stage name and my pen name. I published my book, The Language of the Blues, under Deborah Davy.
Okay.
And so that's kind of how it came about. I wasn't like trying to name myself
Right.
goddess. It just sort of wound up coming out that way. But
Everybody
it's,
named you goddess. You look at it that way.
no, well, it's in Hindu mythology, the universe is divided into Deva and Devi, and Devi is the feminine and Deva is the masculine, and the feminine is considered everything that takes physical form, like the earth, this couch, you know, all that stuff is considered part of the universal Devi. So music fits into that as well because it's sound waves that take shape and take form, and yeah,
So it's
so
kind of
that's
apt.
kind of how it all ties in. Yeah,
Matter of fact, from now on,
Yes.
you should refer to me as Deva.
there you go.
That's very close
Deva
to my
Coleman.
name. They call me Diva.
There you go.
Wow.
Just saying.
That's
But it works.
Yeah, it's fine. So first of all, when did you become a musician? Secondly, when did you decide that you wanted to?
Well, those are the answers are different.
I know, that's why I asked them in two questions.
Oh, okay. I actually, I fell in love with music as a kid because my father would always play piano, plays very well, like Scott Joplin and jazz, and then my parents were always playing music in the house, like Oscar Peterson, all kinds of great jazz. And then for some reason, when I started listening to radio, I just fell madly in love with electric guitar. And where most kids would sing the lyrics, I would sing solos a lot. I'd be like singing along to guitar solos. And I finally got up my nerve to approach my mother when I was 15 and ask her if I could get an electric guitar. She was like, no. What are you talking about? And I'm like, why? And she's like, that would be unladylike. And I'm like, Mom, that's sexist. She said, it would just be too loud. So that was the end of that. But then my brother started playing the drums that year in the basement. So it was sort of this message that, women should be quiet, ladylike. So I didn't start playing until my senior year in college.
Oh, wow.
I saw Bonnie Raitt perform. And I saw her walk out on stage with this electric guitar, and I just flipped out. Like I stood
She's
up.
quite ladylike.
She's very ladylike and quite beautiful. And I was really just blown away. And I literally bought a guitar the next day in a pawn shop. Yeah.
Nice. Now, did you go to school in Florida, or was this?
This was
college?
I was in Wisconsin still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when this all happened, and I got a Fender Mustang in a pawn shop for like $125. The guy said, "Yeah, we found it at a farm in Janesville." I'm like, okay. And I took that with me to New York about 6 months later. And
Do you still have it?
I wish I had it. I sold it because it didn't stay in tune well, and it really fed back. Like Mustangs can feed back really badly, but I regret that I got rid of it. Absolutely.
There are a lot of guys who kill for
Yeah.
that ability,
For what?
to have it feed back.
Well, it
without
feed back in
doing
a very
anything.
skronky, like
Oh,
piercing
that was
kind
nice.
of. I think probably one of the pickups was going microphonic, but I just didn't understand. I didn't know anything about that at the time, so I got rid of it.
So like when you were a senior in college and you didn't ask your mother for permission for the electric guitar, when she saw you with it, what happened? She's like, I'm doing this.
My poor parents. I mean, my brother's a rock drummer, you know, so they really have had to deal. Initially, because I joined this punk rock band, and I would talk to my parents on the phone, and they would sort of not respond. I'd say, hey, we're going to Europe, and we're open for the Ramones, we were doing all this cool stuff, and my parents, there would just be like silence until I changed the subject to the weather or something else, and then they would speak.
So they did not approve of your musical endeavors.
They've come around and they're great. They're really supportive and awesome.
Nice.
But it took a little. I can't blame them. For your daughter moves to New York City and joins a punk band. Like that's not every parent's dream. Just traveling in a van around. I get it. I get where they were coming from.
But it's kind of fun now, right?
It's kind of fun. Yeah.
See, it was fun then. It's even more fun now.
It was a lot of fun. It's just that they're I think come to terms with it better now. Yeah.
Now that you're an adult.
Yeah, I'm more of an
Full-fledged
adult. Yeah.
See, well, it's like, you and I, remember that time you and I caught Shalando twirling his guitar over his head, trying to get feedback from he was out of control.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was dressed like Freddie Mercury. Remember that, Rich?
Oh, he's in studio. He heard that.
Of course he did. That's why we said that.
I know.
Rich Shalando, our music director and international touring musician. Yeah, thank you, Rich.
I have to look him up now. Nectar.
And
Alright, cool.
the
I'm gonna check this out.
occasional butt of our jokes.
Yes.
That we like to poke fun.
Absolutely.
Just to kind of bring Rich into the fold. We can't do it naturally, like, hey, Rich. that would be absurd. But, sitting next to me is Deborah Davey. But you said you like Debbie, right? You go by Debbie, Deborah?
I don't like Debbie.
You don't like Debbie?
No, I like Deborah. Debbie, I don't know. It's too like a cheerleader-ish or something. I'm just not.
Too
I don't like it. No.
That's right. That's for.
Well, you know what? Okay, I'll tell you the story.
Go ahead, tell me the story.
I
Because I could have sworn you said out in the green room that I said, how do you want me to?
And I said, not Debbie.
Oh, I thought you said Debbie.
No. So I used to go by Debbie when I was a kid, and then I was living in New York, and I was with this punk band, and we toured with an Italian punk band that came and stayed with us in New York. We toured with them in Italy, and then they came and toured with us in the United States. And they had these great Italian accents, and one night out of the blue, one of the guys, Alessandro, was like, I do not understand why you have this beautiful name, Deborah, but you go by this Debbie. Deborah is beautiful. It's beautiful. You should go by Deborah. And I was like, I'm sold. No problem. That was that. After that, I was like, yeah, he's right. Deborah.
There you go.
Doesn't sound as good without the accent, but
Deborah, the
Yeah.
goddess. See how that all? See,
there
that's
you
what
go.
it is.
There
See,
you go. I was coming into my own. So I left Debbie behind.
you did.
An Italian man can talk you into just about anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Yes.
Done the right way? Yes, they can.
Should I leave this conversation?
Oh, you're Irish. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
I
The
could.
Irish have the gift of blarney. Right?
Have you ever been there?
No, and I want to go so bad.
I have kissed the stone.
Really?
Yes.
That explains so much.
It does. Gives you the gift of gab.
Yeah.
That's what the
That's
legend
for
has.
sure,
The
yeah.
legend has. It
Oh,
gives
the
you
Irish
gift
have
of
their
gab.
own charm for sure.
Yeah, it's usually at the bottom of a pint of Jameson.
I was just going to say that. So,
Or
yes.
Guinness. Whew.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
That made you so excited
had-
to say that. Look
I
at
had the happy hour the other night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always happy.
Yes, you are.
So,
Except when you're a quart low.
oof. So again, what are your websites and everything?
It's DeborahDavey.com, which is DebraDevi.com.
Deborah, not Debbie. Do you understand, people? Deborah.
This is very serious.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you why the title of this disc?
Wild Little Girl. It kind of has multiple layers of deep meaning. No, I was thinking about the story about my mother and how she was, doing what a mother should do. She was trying to socialize me for life as a woman. And I thought, there's so much research now that shows that girls begin to sort of dampen themselves around puberty. Like, there are studies that show that girls raise their hand as much in class and are as good at math and science as boys until around 14, 15. They stop raising their hands in class. Their test scores start to go down. They diminish themselves in an effort to sort of become more ladylike.
Right.
And so I wanted the title of the record to speak to that. That hopefully we don't ever want to lose that wild little girl inside that can like climb trees and run around and want to play guitar, want to pick up drumsticks. I wanted to.
Do you think there's a correlation between that and puberty?
No, I think it has more to do with socialization.
Well, that too, because then all of a sudden, I know my worst year in high school was my freshman year.
Sure.
I discovered rock and roll and girls all in the same year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I remember being grounded for the entire month of February. True story.
Wow.
True story. I lost everything. I went to school, came home, still got to play basketball, but my father would take me to practice, and immediately following practice, I went home and back to my...
What did he do?
I just, for the first time ever, I got poor grades.
Yeah.
I got... I never drank or did drugs. So I...
He's matured now.
I've matured. Now I drink.
Now we can handle them.
But
yeah,
it all came. I was in my first rock band at the age of just before my 14th birthday.
Yeah.
So I discovered it.
Yeah.
But I know, things just kind of went awry that way. So.
Yeah. Well, there have been studies done showing that girls go through this socialization that kind of can prevent them from fulfilling their potential.
Right. See, you girls, you ladies, and I always felt this. You're sold a bag of goods. You're gonna grow up. You're gonna meet a nice man. You're gonna get married. You're gonna have children. You're gonna have a beautiful home.
Yeah.
And that's that. And people I think kind of push women in that direction.
Oh, sure.
Society.
Absolutely.
Old. I've noticed that starting to fade a little more now that the generations are starting to die off.
Yeah, I think things are definitely getting better, and there's so many more female guitar players. For
They
example,
are.
I mean,
who's your
really,
favorite female guitar player?
I mean, I'd have to probably give a shout out to Bonnie Raitt again.
Okay.
It's just somebody who just always plays something that's just perfect for the song. But there's Lita Ford, Joan Jett.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many great players, and then there's Anna Popovich in the blues.
Oh, she's amazing.
Just,
she
fiery
is
and
absolutely
fabulous.
amazing.
Yeah.
And she's stunning.
She is.
Beautiful to look at, and it's like, wait a minute. You should be on a runway, not on a Gibson, or a Telecaster. But, all right, Deborah. We got to wrap it up, but I thank you so much for making the trip and taking the time. Check her out. Yeah. Deborah Davey, Wild Little Girl, and you can find her where?
DeborahDavey.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be cutting to a commercial, and then when we come back, we're going to wrap up the show, and we're going to have a special treat. Deborah's going to let us air her video for
10 Miles to Clarksdale.
Or Shake It. Which one?
I was thinking maybe 10 Miles to Clarksdale because that's the song I play on the show. Unless you want something different.
Let's go with Shake It.
You wanna
We'll go with Shake It. Yeah, we'll go with Shake It.
You just like the title,
Oh,
Shake
okay.
It.
That's all.
Go with Shake It. Shake
So
It's
we'll
fine.
go
She's
with
not
Shake
gonna
It.
shake
But
it.
we're going to air that when we come right back.
Yeah.
Stick around.
Are you constantly living with dysfunction in your life? If so, there's help. Neo Zoe, New Life Through Balanced Living, is a very unique holistic wellness company that's here to help you preserve a healthy balance and eliminate any dysfunction. We use an individual approach through nutrition, massage, and various other holistic practices. You can restore your optimal health and a healthy lifestyle. Visit us on the web at neozoe.com or call us at 732-713-0123.
If addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues control your life, and you are ready for change, the Recovery Spot offers expert outpatient care for addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues. We offer focused, high-quality treatment specifically designed for you. The Recovery Spot, we offer new hope for those suffering from pain and addiction. www.recoveryspotny.com. We're located in New York City.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Well, that's it for another week. Our show is over and done with. What's next? Who knows? Have to tune in again next week. I want to say hello to everybody watching us on Long Branch Cable channel number 20. Thank you for allowing us into your homes. I hope you enjoy the program. Coming up right now, though, we're going to close the program with our guest, Deborah Davey. She has a video off of her Wild Little Girl CD, EP here. It is called Shake It. And until next week, what's next?